Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I was tagged to do the get to know me tag video, and I thought now was actually a really good time to do it because I've had quite a lot of new subscribers recently, which if you're one of them, thank you very much. It's really nice of you to subscribe, and I thought this is maybe a good way of letting you know a little bit more about me. Some of these questions are just a little bit of fun, but yeah, let you know a little bit more about me anyway. And I was tagged to do this video by the lovely Jessica Nicole Faust, whose channel I will link below, and she's also done this video, so if you want to check out her answers you can do that. She's so lovely. She's another mummy vlogger, and she's just a really positive person, so every time I watch her I'm like, I just feel happy at the end of it. So yeah, go check her out. Anyway, let's get into these questions. So the first one is, what is your middle name? Well, seeing as it's on my channel, if you're watching this, you can probably see it somewhere above or around somewhere. So yeah, my middle name is Jane. So I'm Lauren Jane Hampshire. I have no other middle names, it's just Jane, just plain Jane. Next question, what is your favourite colour? I love kind of pinky colours, and especially I love coral. C-O-R-A-L. I'm not sure if you understand that in my accent, coral. But coral, so a pinky kind of orangey colour. A lot of my friends, when they see that colour, sort of are like, oh, that's such a you colour, because I wear it quite a lot. I love clothes that are like a coral colour, so yeah, I would say coral is my favourite colour. Who was your first best friend? Let me think back to, I've kind of had a lot of different friends throughout my life. I guess my very first one when I was really young, I think, was a girl called Jenny Crothers, who now I think is called Jen Crothers, and I think she now works for Heat magazine. So Jen, if you're watching this or anyone knows her, hi, I hope you're doing well, living in London, not too far from me. But yeah, I think she was my first best friend. How tall are you? Okay, I am only 5'4", so I'm not very tall. Well, 5'4", I think, and a quarter. That quarter is very important. But my husband is nearly 6'5", so he is more than a foot taller than me, so we do look a little bit like little and large whenever I don't wear heels. Cats or dogs? I actually love both. I used to have cats growing up, so we always had cats when I was younger, and then I got a dog with my ex. We used to have a little Shih Tzu together called Bailey, and I loved him to bits. And then I bought my dad a little Shih Tzu as well. He's called Shadow, and I love them. So yeah, I love both. And in an ideal world, at some stage down the future, I would have a cat and a dog. What is your funniest moment throughout school? You know, I really enjoyed the last couple of years of school. I didn't, so I've got hair in my face. Didn't enjoy sort of like when I was about 12 until about 16, and then 16 to 18 I totally loved. And I think probably the most embarrassing moment was when I was taking part in a night, like a theme night we did called A Night at the Movies, and I was meant to be dancing to Can't Fight the Moonlight, you know, from Coyote Ugly, and this smoke machine, there was a smoke machine, and basically it just completely engulfed me, so I don't think you could really see me. I just vanished in this puff of smoke. So I'd practiced for weeks to do this fancy dance routine, and then I ended up just in a puff of smoke, but everyone found it funny, and luckily I think I did too. How many countries have you visited? I'd say roughly around 15. So I've been to France, Italy, Spain, Greece, Crete, Cyprus. Don't know, do you count England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales separate things? And I'm from Northern Ireland, but I'll say the UK is one. Ireland, South Africa, Russia, to America. It kind of depends as well if you take some of the islands separately, because I've been to like Ibiza, Mallorca, so I don't know if you take them separately because they're all like islands in Spain. So I don't know, I can't remember. I'm sure there's probably a few more that I've been to, but that was what, I think that was around 12. So yeah, around 12 to 15, somewhere in that range. Have you been to college? Well, if college means university, then yes, I have been to 2 universities. I did my I first of all did my sort of first degree in cultural media studies in Bristol, and then I did my postgrad at a university in London, the University of the Arts in London. So yeah, I've been to 2 universities. What was your favourite or worst subject at school? My favourite subject at school was history. I've always been really interested in history, so always used to just really enjoy finding out about things in the past, and we studied both world wars, World War I, World War II. I found that really, really interesting. Worst favourite, definitely anything sciencey, especially chemistry. Chemistry, what? But also physics, totally over my head. I'm definitely not a scientist. What is your favourite drink? I love sparkling apple juice, so like appetizer or something like that. So I like apple juice anyway, but I really love sparkling apple juice, so I always order appetizer if I'm out somewhere and if they have it. Apart from appetizer, I also love Pepsi Max, and I went through a stage where I was a wee bit addicted to it, so I try and not buy it too much now, but I used to drink a lot of Pepsi Max. Favourite animal? Well, I kind of covered that a little bit earlier because I love cats and dogs, and it would be one of them. So an equal measure, I love cats and dogs. What is your favourite perfume? I use two different perfumes. There's one I totally love, and it's a Jimmy Choo one, but I'm not totally sure what it's called. It's over there, so I'll just grab it 1 second. So here are the two perfumes that I wear, and I've lost the tops from both of them. This one is Jimmy Choo Illicit. It's probably my favourite. I do love this. I got this at Christmas and it is amazing. If you've not smelt this before, I really recommend checking this out. And the other one is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. I just think Chanel perfumes are amazing. I would wear this more kind of on a big night out or a fancy night out or for a meal, and this one I wear kind of most days because I really love it. What would you or have you named your children? Well, I have two little girls. So I've already named my children, and they are called Sophia and Sienna. So I've got a Sophia Belle, her middle name's Belle, and a Sienna Alexandra. What sports have you played or do you play? I am possibly the least sporty person you will ever meet in your entire life. I am so bad with sport. I'm just not very competitive. I just don't really care if I lose. I'm one of those sorts of people. And my husband's the complete opposite, so he's always goes a bit mad when he tries to play sport with me because I'm so bad. I was always into dancing when I was younger, so I love dancing. If you count that as a sport, then definitely dancing. But any other sports, I'm absolutely woeful. What is your favourite book? I've been reading quite a lot of books recently because it helps me to unwind before bed and like clear my mind out a little bit. So I'll just go in. I tend to watch iBooks or read iBooks. Here we go. On my phone. Oh, falling down. So you can see some of the books that I've read there on my iBooks. Ones that I've really enjoyed. I did enjoy The Girl on the Train. I enjoyed reading that. I've still not seen the movie, but I really liked the book. And another one I've read recently I really liked was one called The Letter by Catherine Hughes. Found that really good, and it kind of had a little bit of history in there. And at the moment I'm reading one called Blood Sisters, which is good. It's a Times bestseller, Sunday Times bestseller. It's good. Probably not the best book I've read, but pretty good. So yeah, I like a whole mixture of things. I do quite like thrillers, but sometimes I like reading just a really good story. So if anybody could recommend any good books, then let me know, leave a comment below. Who are some of your favourite YouTubers? Oh, I could be here for a while. This is a hard one because there's quite a lot of different people that I watch on YouTube, and I also love a lot of smaller YouTubers. I don't really tend to watch big YouTubers, apart from Emily Norris, who at nearly 100,000 subs is definitely a bigger YouTuber now, but she's really lovely, so she's definitely one of them. But I know her, and she is as lovely in real life as she comes across on camera. She's a real sweetheart, so she would definitely be one. In terms of sort of smaller YouTubers or other ones that I watch, really love Gemma Jade. Check her out. She's really, really lovely, just very natural, just so like honest and open. I watch JK and Charlie quite a lot. They're really funny. They're a husband and wife, and sometimes JK does stuff on his own and Charlie does stuff, and again they're very honest and they just get on so like me and my husband and are natural as a couple. Other ones, well, of course, Jessica Nicole Faust, who I mentioned earlier, who tagged me in this. Another one who does baby names videos, because I obviously do quite a few, is the lovely Sarah Jane Longstrom. I know her, but Estee Strum, she is on YouTube. I'm probably really forgetting to mention a lot of the, Lucy and the Bump. Really love Lucy and the Bump as well. Jess Avey. There are quite a few. The Helpful Mum. So yeah, I probably could say a lot more, but those are just a few of them, but I do really like smaller YouTubers. So if you know of anyone who you think is really good and just isn't really getting enough notice, or you know, you'd just like to recommend them, then let me know, because I do like watching smaller YouTubers. I just think sometimes they come across as a bit more natural, because you know, once you get big, you start earning more money, your life does change a little bit, and you're sent a lot of free stuff, you're doing a lot of ad stuff, so it's nice, I think, sometimes just to watch the smaller YouTubers who are just a bit more real. What is your favourite movie? It would have to be Forrest Gump. Love Forrest Gump. No matter how many times I watch it, I just love it. I love Tom Hanks. I think he's an amazing actor, so anything with Tom Hanks. Also really liked The Wolf of Wall Street. Really like Leonardo DiCaprio, brilliant actor. I also like Grease in terms of a classic when you just want to get up and dance around. So yeah, those would probably be my 3 faves, but my fave would be Forrest Gump. Are you single or taken? Well, I am taken. I was going to show you my ring, but it's moved around a bit there. There is my ring, so I am taken. I got married 3 years ago to my husband, Andrew. We've been together 6.5 years, something like that. And yeah, I got married 3 years ago in Santorini, so I'm a taken woman. What is your idea of an ideal first date? Probably, I love food, so I would want to go out for a meal because I love eating, and I love going out to eat and eating a good meal. I'd love to go somewhere like the Shard in London. I've not been there and I've wanted to go for ages, so I'd love to go for a meal to the Shard to look out at the view of London, and afterwards go to like a club, somewhere, a really nice club, and have a dance, because I just love dancing and I love partying. So yeah, that would be my ideal first date. I mean, probably if I could have any date in the world, it would be, you know, going by private jet to the Maldives, but that might be pushing it a bit for a first date, so I'll stick with a meal at the Shard and then a nightclub. How many boyfriends have you had? Oh no, sorry, thought I knocked over a drink, but it was just my perfume. In terms of long-term boyfriends, I've had 2. Obviously my husband, Andrew, and before that I was with a guy for 4 and a bit years, nearly 4.5 years. So I've had 2 long-term relationships, then I've had 2 relationships that were like about 6 or 7 months each, and then I've had a couple of like 1 or 2 month relationships, so I don't know if they really count as a boyfriend. So yeah, 2 long-term boyfriends. What is your favourite memory from childhood? It's probably, well, kind of a general one is just playing out in the back garden and going around to my neighbours' houses and getting in and out of the paddling pool. But a specific one would be my first ever trip to Disney World in Florida when I was 9, and I went with my mum and dad, and they actually split up, I think, the year after we came back. So it was kind of my last holiday with my mum and dad, and we always had really good holidays when we were young, and obviously going to Disney World for anyone is amazing. Yeah, it was nice that I have that memory of them together. Do you speak any different languages, and if so, how well? I studied French at school, but only to GCSE level, and I literally can't remember any of it. We were in France a couple of weeks ago, and I just realised how bad my French is now. I could hardly understand anything, so I think I need to sort of reread over all my old GCSE French notes. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have an older sister called Natalie. She's 2.5 years older than me, and she lives not too far away from me, only a couple of miles down the road, which I'm really lucky, because we now both live in Kent, even though we're from Belfast. So I'm really lucky to have her down the road. How would you describe your fashion sense? I think I kind of have 2 different styles, because on one hand I kind of like to be quite kind of casual and kind of funky, and then the other hand I like to be really glam. So sometimes I'm a bit more glam, wearing my heels and a little dress. Other times it's a bit more casual, like today just like a denim shirt or like a baggy jumper or something. What are some of your favourite TV shows? Okay, recently I've been obsessed with Love Island. Love that show. Although, you know, now that it's over, I don't need to see them on my screens everywhere. I feel like they're still everywhere, and I'm like, I enjoyed it as a TV programme, but I'm okay not watching it now. Apart from that, I tend to watch one-off documentaries rather than any loads of series. Andrew and I are rubbish at watching box sets. We did start watching Breaking Bad, never finished it. We've not got into I've never watched Game of Thrones. Am I the only one in the world who's not watched Game of Thrones? I really should start, but we're really bad at watching box sets, probably because I'm always watching YouTube instead. PC or Mac? I'm a Mac girl. I have my MacBook somewhere around. Oh, it's just here beside me actually. So I've got my Mac, and yeah, I got that last January. And yeah, I just know how to use it now. It did take a while when I first got a Mac. I was like, how does this work? But now that I've got my head around it, then I really enjoy using the Mac, and I use iMovie to edit. So I kind of use it a lot for my vlogging work. iPhone or Android? Well, as I've got a Mac, I'm an Apple girl, so I have the iPhone here. This one is smashed, and oh, I've just lost my notes. Yeah, I'm hoping to get the new iPhone 7 in the next few weeks. So if you've got it, is it any good? Would you recommend it? And should I get the normal iPhone 7 or the iPhone 7 Plus? Because I'm trying to work out which one's the best to go for. Tell us about your bad habits. I'm sure my husband could probably think of loads of bad habits. I'm not very tidy. That's probably my biggest bad habit. I am really bad, especially in my bedroom. I'm always leaving clothes all over the floor. Usually because I kind of, you know, at nighttime I'm just too tired and I just want to flop into bed. So I'm just like, oh, and I just throw everything on the floor. So yeah, probably being untidy is my worst habit. So those are all the get to know me questions. Hopefully you've got to know me a little bit more. And now I have to tag 3 YouTubers. So I will tag 3 of the ones I mentioned earlier actually. So Gemma Jade, and I'm gonna tag SJ Strum because she tagged me in another baby names video, a baby names video. And I'm also gonna tag Lucy from Lucy and the Bump because she's just a real sweetheart. So yeah, I tag those 3 people, but actually I tag everyone. So if you're watching this and you do want to do the video yourself, then I'd love to know, and let me know, leave a comment below. Okay, I better go now because gotta go and pick up the girls, but I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.